So this poem is about, think back to last time you went to the neighbourhood where you grew up, walking through it and all the memories and feelings that evoked, okay? Giant. So this poem is about, I come from the sleepy, extremely flat, extremely safe western suburbs of Christchurch, a suburb called Hillmorton. Alright, this poem's about walking around Hillmorton, giant. It's good to feel like a giant back in the hood where I grew up because, you know, I can buy, I can eat, I can drink any damn thing. I'm 36, I can watch 2 R18s, and I don't need you, Mom, I can wash my own undies. Okay? It's good to come back to the homeland, a grown man. I walk through the cul-de-sacs where me and the girls used to play kiss catch and bull rush and bash back before #MeToo and all that. Okay, I'm old enough to smack my dad back. I'm a colossus of roads. I'm big enough to just walk straight across what once seemed like impossibly wide Frogger roads. It's good to see the same 1990s AC/DC and Angels graffiti on that old tarmac. My mouth is wide enough to scoff lunch with a single munch, and I don't need my parents. I can swing myself. A giant, a titan, a Godzilla, a Kong, a king, conquering the jungle gym. You know, I go jogging through my old primary school to stay fit and reverse the mantis, and I hope I can catch some of the old bullies on top of the jungle gym now that I'm almost 100 kgs. Catch them in their long sleeve Limp Biscuit tees and eyebrow rings. Yeah, now who's the pussy? Now who's Mr. Wiener Little Poetry? I bet those no-hopers went straight from 4th form into a lifelong career pumping petrol at BP. Me? I'm a legend. I'm a giant in my old hood. You know what I remember? I remember as I walked through Hillmorton and Tankerville and Mathers Streets and Rowley, which was a racist ghetto reservation for the non-Caucasians, unfortunately, but that's another story. What I remember is I think back to push pops and paddle pops and car blueies and tomato sauce hot dogs. You know what I remember? I remember being perpetually horny and staying up for those midnight Sky One movies, desperate for a little glimpse of nips. You know what I remember? I remember I once stashed a porno mag inside the press newspaper and took it to the dairy counter, trying to rustle up a hustler for $2. But the lady at the counter wasn't no sucker, so Michael Botur walked home alone with a lonely boner. I remember having suspicious hot showers for hours till the hot water was no more and Mum and Dad had to break down the bathroom door. I remember late one Friday night trying to broker a deal to see actual nipples broken through my mate, trying to pay this girl $2.50, but she said, I ain't no hussy. If you want to see these puppies, it'll have to be at least 3. You know what I remember? I remember parties fueled on rocket fuel, Mum and Dad's liquor cabinet, booze mixed with rara and just juice into an alcoholic ooze. I remember vacuuming for pocket money, for back when, for less than 10, you could see a movie with popcorn and drink. You know what I remember? I remember spattering eggs on windscreens of rich cunts. I remember biffing stones at ducks. I remember doing manus and bombs and pools and dry ice bombs at schools, and I got all my vitamins and minerals from Pack and Save pies and Nesquik and Chupa Chups and scoops of chips and fruit roll-ups, and on this diet miraculously skinny enough to squeeze into a prom tux. I remember TPing. I remember tagging with my finger and a dusty windscreen clean me and feeling like a G. Feeling like Dan John Gotti. I remember cards. I remember Gremlins cards and NRL cards and Batman cards. I remember fleeing from animals all the time, fleeing from Rottweiler barks and magpies and bees and ants and wasps and whitetails and stinging nettles and potatoes that I've shoved up exhaust pipes of cars. I remember trouble, vandalism, sabotage, I recall an all-in brawl. My brainiac nerd class versus the special needs retards with Kiwi cricket gear. Yeah, it was good to push my son onto the playground where I once got to base number 2.5 with a girl in the prickly bark, 30 seconds in heaven. She thought I was hot because I had her hair cut like New Kids on the Block. You know, it feels good to push my son on a swing in that same park and teach my boy, doesn't matter whether you're bad or good coming up in your hood, what matters more is squeezing in some laughs while childhood lasts.